the best thing that we could do for the industry, for our customers, for our company, is to take all this feedback and redesign the product and make improvements. And so that's exactly what these guys have done. I think it's right up there with all the top tier saunas that you see on the certified sauna list. It's among some of the best that we've tested over the last 3 years. So this is the new Heavenly Heat, rebuilt, redesigned from the ground up. For the first time ever, a sauna company and its owner have done what they said they would do all the way through, made better products for all of us. This is drastically a completely different product. So the first thing that you'll notice is absolutely zero screw holes, right? They've maintained the integrity of the Heavenly Heat brand and have been able to build this product with no adhesives, no glues, no this, no that. It's super clean. That's what the name basically stands for if you're looking for that. The other thing was the assembly. They totally changed the assembly. It's so much easier than it was before. It came packaged on a crate in boxes like all the normal sauna companies do these days. We didn't have to use a drill at all to put this together or take it apart and take it out of the box. In every single sauna, either under the bench or in the ceiling, there's going to be the power supply. There's a brain if it has one. He put a grounded mesh in between the roof and the user and then grounded it so it stops all the transmissions from coming down, which is pretty unique. I don't know of any other company that does that. So that's really cool to see. So it's been interesting. I've been using this sauna now. I really like it, have a really great sweat. Testing it out for the very first time. She's been preheating for, 24 minutes? She's got 128. Looking forward to the session, and we'll turn it back on in 5-10 minutes, see if I'm sweating. So I've been in for 10 minutes. The sauna is working great. I'm getting a good sweat on. My lower back, I don't think you can see, but I am river sweating lower back. I can tell you from the seat of the pants though, it's effective. Man, I'm impressed. This sauna is working really well. Man, the other brands that I've tested lately haven't made their body respond like this. Like, I'm sweating. This is working really well. Much better than anticipated. Much better than the other carbon models and the ceramic models that I've tested lately. The preheat in this is faster, and the time for me to initially start sweating is faster. But there is no shortage of me sweating in this thing. This thing is working really well. When you're comparing these to other saunas, there's been a top 3 set of saunas for years that perform really well. And this sauna here for less money is performing almost as good as the number 1 sauna. I think it's performing better than the number 2 sauna and definitely better than the number 3 sauna. So I think it's going to take those spots. I don't think it's a case of, like a lot of people do, where they say, oh, it's this brand for everyone. There's no one size fits all best solution for every single person or situation or set of needs. It's going to come down to you, what your preferences are, what you're really looking for, what's most important to you. So when something new comes out like this, everyone expects you to say like, oh, it's this one only. Well, yes and no. This is performing a lot better. It's obviously going to take over the number 2 and number 3 slots immediately. It just works better. And there's no issues with connectivity like there are with those companies. And I am sweating buckets in this thing. I keep opening the door so the camera won't overheat. Also cooling myself down. But I mean, this thing is cranking. It is plenty powerful for the size that it is. Overall though, this is a success. This sauna, it's done very well. I just turned it off. Great first session. I don't know if you can tell how much I'm sweating, but works really good. I'll say it on camera. This preheats faster than a Clearlight. It preheats quicker, man. I had it on for, I don't know, like 16, 17 minutes. And I was looking at the thermometer and I was like, all right, it's got an exposed thermostat. Sometimes the thermostats are in the roof, so you can't always gauge, what it says on the screen versus how it's actually going to feel. But I was watching it and I was like, that thing it's heating up a little bit quicker than I'm used to. So I was like, let me just go ahead and get in. It delivered. There's been some refinements happening for months and months with Colin. He took over the company. We didn't have a great experience with the old Heavenly Heat Saunas. They have been in business for a very long time. Great reputation, low VOC, made it in the USA. What they really stood for, though, was bringing a product to market for people with multiple chemical sensitivities or some people with MCAS that react to pretty much everything. Basically, people that are health challenged and need detoxing equipment, but it has to be clean so that they don't compound their existing health issues. That's what the Heavenly Heat brand has stood for years, decades. But they were also not able to, in the past, that's going to change today, but in the past, they weren't able to service a large group of people, right? So you might place an order, they were handmade, you could only get, so many of them a year. And Colin has come in and redesigned the product line completely, in my opinion, made it better. They've increased the infrared coverage to the user, instead of just having heaters in select places, you're pretty much wrapping the body like some of the other, sauna brands that have done really well the last few years for people. Stuck with the company values though. Low EMF, even more low EMF than they used to be. They used to have ceramic heaters, now they have carbon heaters. These test even better. Stuck with the low VOC, and I don't know how they're doing it, but they've stuck with no glue so far. I would personally put glue in there just to make life easier, but Colin has stuck with the traditional values that Bob set out to uphold, which is commendable. You don't see that a lot in this industry. There's a lot of bait and switch. There's a lot of companies that, advertise one thing, but once you get the thing in your house and you really take it apart, take a hard look at it, it's kind of like buying a used car that somebody put sawdust in the transmission or the engine oil. I don't know if you know what that means, but it's not good. A couple of features that I really like, if you look at this sauna, most people have exposed buckles. They've recessed theirs, has a really clean look. It's very sleek. You can't even see them from the front. Notoriously, if you watch any of my videos, you know that I'm not a fan of a lot of these buckles. But if you are going to have them or you are going to do it, this is a much better way than all the other companies are doing. The glass layout is great. It feels open and spacious, yet you still get good far infrared coverage when you're in it. Meaning the front feels open. If you don't like small spaces, you have plenty of viewpoints, so you don't feel too closed in, but the heater coverage still gives you some of that wraparound to the front. So some companies, will put heaters in the front, but it either makes the door really small, or some other companies will have like a rectangular one-person sauna where the door's on the side, but then you end up with like a really skinny door and it's difficult to get in and out of, not as comfortable. They've done a really good job of blending those two elements to give you a package that easy to get in and out of, also feels comfortable when the door is shut. I don't get any kind of sense of, too tight in here. If you're a person who's probably up to 6'6", this is going to be super comfortable for you. There's plenty of head height. Obviously, when you stand up to get in and out, you need to duck a little bit. But as far as leg room, if you want to turn to the side, put your leg up or anything like that, the sauna has a great blend of, can still fit into an apartment, but also doesn't take up a huge amount of footprint and still comfortable inside. This is much improved. The control panel, way, way, way better. Super easy to use, on-off button, light switch, reserve feature, or sauna on, sauna off. Kudos to these guys for delivering, a great product that's much improved. They're definitely changing the game. If we could have all sauna companies do this, basically take customer feedback for a few years and come under new ownership, new management, and then just, agree to, hey, the best thing that we could do for the industry, for our customers, for our company is to take all this feedback and redesign the product and make improvements. And so that's exactly what these guys have done. And that's exactly why I'm excited about it. And they haven't compromised on anything. Any single time where I've said, hey, that's not so great. You know what their response was? Don't worry about it. It's already on the punch list. We're going to fix it. It shows that they care about the customer. And that means when you have warranty items years from now, they're going to care about your experience. They're going to care about the longevity of the product and getting you up and running again, or, taking care of people long term. It shows through and through from end to end. And that is severely lacking in this industry. And these are the first guys that have ever come to me and followed through on this. Hold it. How could you forget this? Mr. EMF himself, we don't even show anything to do with the EMF. We just take Matt at his word for, hey, it passed the test. No. So we got background in the room of 0.2, 0.3, 0.1, yada, yada. I also don't have this on the handheld mount, so we do have some body interference just for, illustration purposes, but it's nothing that's really going to affect it too much. The sauna is turned on. We got it on preheat. We got around 1.1 milligauss. There are some hot spots in here wherever there's a temperature sensor, but I'm right up against the wood. In the seated body position, which is really what you want to focus on, a lot of people take EMF readings like in the center of the sauna. But basically we're under 2 milligauss. There's temperature sensors somewhere. There's probably a temperature sensor or a connector here. We get a little blip of a hot spot coming along. But if you come out to point of body contact, we're almost at background level. The biggest thing, people say, well, why should you spend more money on a true low EMF sauna or this or that? Most of the sauna companies aren't going to show you this next setting, which is electric. Okay. And so I don't need to show you a control for electric because it's automatically, going to be lower with the sauna off than with it on. But if it reads 0 with the sauna on, I could show you every control in the book and we're already here. So Colin has done an absolutely exceptional job with mitigating electric fields in this sauna. Most of your cheaper Wayfair, Amazon, all these big box store saunas don't mitigate electric fields at all. They only show you the magnetic, but EMF is a plural term like I've been saying for years. It's electromagnetic fields. Now, mind you, in every single sauna that passes my test or that I think is amazing or whatever, I can always find a spot where a cable makes a corner inside the walls or something like that. And if I know exactly where it is, or if I've disassembled it and I take the meter and I shove it in the corner, I shove it where I know that spot is, you could make the meter spike, right? And so you see this a lot in some of the videos. People will say, oh, here's the temperature sensor on this heater, and they shove this in there and see, right? But you have to look at how does it dissipate. If you were to look at an unmitigated EMF sauna or unmitigated ELF sauna, you can have the meter in the center of the sauna and you can have 50, 60, 150, 200, 400, 500 volts per meter. If you take it and you shove it into the heater guard or up against the wood bats or the grill, you can still have 200, 400, 800, 1,000 volts per meter. And so what does that mean? That translates into about 25 to 30,000 millivolts of body voltage if you were to double check all this, because that's how you make sure that someone is not cheating the system, right? You take a body voltage meter, you hook yourself up to it, the other side's hooked up to, the ground, and then you basically measure what your body is coming into contact with. We don't need to do that today because we're effectively at 0, in the seated body position in here. Are there hot spots? Yes, I showed them to you. But for the most part, this cabin is absolutely safe and they're doing a much better job than the competition. So that's a pretty good overview. I've been using this thing a ton. I've gotten great results with it. I think it's right up there with all the top tier saunas that you see on the certified sauna list. It's among some of the best that we've tested over the last 3 years. But what I'm really excited about is to test the other models. So I didn't know in the beginning when I ordered this that the red light model was coming. I knew there was going to be outdoor, but if it's this in an outdoor version, it's going to be great. I just know I'm going to love it. Looking forward to testing all these things. I'll keep you guys updated and I'll let you know what's new from Heavenly Heat from here on out. So if there's something that you liked from today's video or you're looking for more resources, at certifiedsaunas.com on the homepage, there's recommended sauna resources. If you're looking for a brand, a size, a model, reviews, installation videos on how to put them together. We have step-by-step tutorials that show you how to receive a sauna, how to prep your house for it. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for you so you don't have to wade through 4 hours of YouTube video to find the exact thing that you're looking for. But a lot of times in these episodes, I'll mention sauna hats, sauna accessories, different types of electrolyte supplements. If you want to put an infrared sauna in a cold basement or unheated garage, there's accessories or additional supplemental heat that you can add to it. If you continue down, you'll find everything that you're looking for that we've mentioned today. In addition to certifiedsaunas.com, you can go to the Facebook group, which is the Certified Sauna Community on Facebook. It's our sauna group. There's no hardcore pitching. There's thousands of members in there that offer really, really, really good advice. I learn from them every day. I'm also contributing and answering questions in there every day. In addition to that, you can go to the Amazon store. A lot of people have requested on where to buy sauna towels, sauna hats, different various supplements, minerals, electrolytes. Now we have all this in one place on various lists on this Amazon store. So you can go to this one link and everything will be right there for you. See you in the next video.